Yeah. And also with sex, I'm just going to say one more thing. It's really an intimate thing. You take on each other's spirit, really. You take on each other's form. Because I remember when I was with this person, you know, that I lost my virginity to, he would always tell me, "Oh, I feel so happy or peaceful," and I was feeling anxious, right? The feelings that he had, I was taking on, and the peace that I had, right? He was taking on.
That's real. That was my exact same experience, interestingly. So,
and this is the reality. Everyone could say different, but if we really come down to like what's true, it's that. So this is how damage happens with sex. Sex is like the root of all evil, truly. Also for Christians, right?
When you say sex,
Sexual dysfunction,
the dysfunctional.
Yes.
When it's not stewarded, when it's not, we have sex.
When it's outside of the bounds of what God intended for it to be. God intends sex for life, for procreating, for intimacy with the spouse that God gives you, right?
Yeah.
Because there's protection in that. Because that person carries the spirit of God, right? And you carry a spirit of God. I always say, first, look to God, right? Find your identity in God. Find your wholeness in God. Sex should not be something that you need to go do. You know what I mean? It doesn't need to be something that you desire, that you need. You know, because it becomes damaging in marriages too. Like when sex is all it is, right? When you're constantly needing that instead of needing the affection of the person that you were married to. You know what I mean? That could also be damaging. So find your wholeness.
Even in a marital, in a heterosexual
Exactly. Sex can be evil, yes. So like I said, in the bounds that God intended for it to be. So figuring out what God defines sex to be. You know what I mean?
It's true.
And that means protection. Sex is protection. Sex is love. Sex is forgiveness. You know, when a husband and a wife disagree or fight, it's a form of them coming together. Sex is worship. You know what I mean? On top of bringing life to this world and leading generations, like bringing generations to come, like bringing generations to the world.
Absolutely.